Good evening and welcome once again to Elite Force Review. On tonight's programme, Luke is once again looking at a map with his final thought, and he's also having a look at real life emotes. Meanwhile, I'll be giving you a quick roundup of the news and also having a look at the Overkill Excessive mod.
So, you see all those emotes on Elite Force, you see all the actions, all the character animations, and you think to yourself, that's a typical animation. But what if those animations were reproduced in real life? Would it look realistic then? Well, that's the insane task that I'm going to try out, at the risk of making myself look slightly less normal. So here you go, this is what Elite Force emotes would look like if performed by a real person.
Ow! That's all you got!
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in single player, with all the NPCs, whenever they hold a hand phaser, they always hold it like this, and then they go when they fire. But they're just holding it with their thumb there. How can they even fire it when the button's there and their thumb's there? Don't the guys even watch Star Trek who make this?
My spleen!
The Doctor wins the match.
So there you go. I'm worn out and humiliated, but it just goes to show that you really shouldn't use Elite Force emotes in real life. I suppose we all knew that anyway. I don't know really why I had to prove that. Okay, I need a really strong beer.
And now it's time to do the news. This week, Space Station K7 announced that they are doing a refit of their website to celebrate the new movie. And in other news, RP group HTRP have started a revival project for themselves. Last week, they started once again their main SRP and it was quite successful. We wish them luck for the future. Also, the KFRP site is now back online, although its web address has changed. And I'd like to apologise because we did not do a midweek news programme as was mentioned in the previous programme. This was down to technical difficulties that were mentioned last week. And now let's have a quick look at what's on. As you can see on your screen now, you've got once again the choice of Voyager, A Nine Horizons, Holofed, First Steps, and new to our list, the Station Omega one from LRP. You can find more details on all these RPs on our website, efreview.com. On the navigation bar you'll see a page called What's On. There you'll find listings of all RPs listed in this programme, as well as their respective websites.
In this episode's edition of Thought of the Week, I'd like to consider the question, is the Hazard team canon? Straight away some of you are going to go, no, it's not canon. but we know for a fact that some elements of Elite Force are canon. Juliet Girotte is canon. We saw her in the Voyager Season 5 episode Counterpoint. Cho is obviously canon, having been seen in a couple of Voyager episodes. I suppose that's it, actually. We never saw Monroe or Beesman in the series, or an actual Hazard team, not even an I mod. Scooter's canon mod, which we looked at a while back on Elite Force Review, attempts to address this by removing the Hazard suit and altering some other bits of the game. But do I think that the events of Elite Force 1 are real, are canon, are properly fit into the series? In my own personal interpretation, I think they do, yeah. I'd like to think that it did, especially after all the effort the creators put in for making a really good plot and story. On RPGX, I've seen people come onto a server, and at the first mention of the Hazard team, they've made some statements saying that they are above all this Hazard team lark, and then they just promptly disconnect. Remember, of course, that this is a game, and the creators thought that having Monroe as part of a Hazard team, as opposed to having Monroe as part of Tuvok's personal security team, or security officers, or some other name like that, was more exciting. So next time you encounter a Hazard team roleplay, or even play single player again, just accept it. Or if you're a real canon freak, just pretend it's a normal security squad. Jeez, it's only a game.
As a staff member at Elite Force Files, I have the privilege of looking at new mods, new maps, new skins, new downloads before anyone else, in many cases anyway. And here we have a new conversion by Lieutenant Commander Sanigla. I can't do names like that, I'm useless anyway. A new conversion from another game, Rage, that is the map's name. So let's review it right here, right now. Got it on a memory stick. Plug it in to my laptop.
Your skills are insufficient.
Oh, there's the Borg Queen. Gotta hate you there, haven't you?
First strike.
As you see, narrow corridors here. Very industrial, like a lot of these map conversions that Sangala does.
You are tied for the lead.
The arc world's in a pretty open position. Very useful on this map with its small corridors. There's a jump pad. Multi-leveled this map. You can do a lot of long-range snipering as well. I'm not doing very well there, but you get the idea. A lot of gears. This is almost a perfect match for my Grinding Gears series. Up at the top level is this nano-regenerative protoplasma stuff. Good for secondary fires this map. Oh, whoops. Bottom position is very open. You often get caught in the crossfire on these things. And there's holes in the floor, but for some reason in this area you just don't fall through them. Very odd, that. So there you go, a very tight map, very small. A lot of repetitive textures. Those are some of the bad points. Some of the good points are, well, basically, it's a good place if you want small little frag matches. So download if you like smaller matches, that's my recommendation.
Explosive phasers, machine gun compression rifles, tri-shot Emotes, super grenades. What is it? Excessive Overkill Mod. This mod is going to take your weapons, they're going to modify them. Big time. The name of it, Excessive Overkill, and that is exactly what it does. You're going around shooting everything like mad. You can find this mod on EF Files. We are putting a link in with the notes for this week's programme. And we would recommend anyone who likes to play Hollow Match or actually Elite Force at all to actually go and get this mod because it is fun.
So just before we go, I'd just like to announce, me personally, I've only just finished Elite Force stock multiplayer. All the stock maps and all the expansion pack maps. I got captain level on all of them. I just haven't ever got round to finishing it before. Weird that. Anyway, until next time, good night.